And this is the second part of the Sociology Revision, parental characteristics, age, the level of education, the religion, orientation, economic status, cultural heritage, and occupation of parents can shape the personalities of children. And we discussed that earlier in class, that your parents' age, the level of education, their religious orientation, their economic status could really affect your personality immensely. Then, your birth order, we discussed that in class 2, and personalities are influenced by brothers or sisters. If you have brothers, if you have sisters, if you have both, and your order, if you're firstborn, we have certain characteristics to the firstborn, the middleborn, and the lastborn, and we discussed that in class. Usually, the firstborn are confident, usually perfectionists, organized, scholarly, conservative, and one example is the American President Bill Clinton. The middleborn is usually flexible, diplomatic, independent, balanced, generous, and the example is Princess Diana. The lastborn usually willing to take risks, outgoing, creative, rebellious, persistent. The example is the American President Ronald Reagan. And the question here is read the traits and write about your order and how it affects your personality. So this question actually is left to you, and you have the characteristics for your birth order, and you have to apply it to your own personality, and you have to write about your birth order and how it affects your personality. So you're just going to pick 2 or 3 of the traits and see if they really apply to your character, and just write about yourself. Then the cultural environment, and we have here that each culture has its set model personalities. Each culture gives rise to a set of character traits as a model for the rest of society members. Competitiveness, individualism, for example, are modern personality traits of a model personality in the United States. And we discussed that earlier in class, and remember the example of a model mother in the Egyptian society, and the model doctor, how should he behave, a model son or daughter, they have certain characteristics, and you have to act in a certain way. Are you going to be a perfect son or daughter, a perfect student? There is a model personality there. So the question here is, how would you describe a mother's model personality in Egypt?